chemistry? Is that something you've always had? Is it something you've developed over time?
I think something I just developed over time. When I was younger, and I used to go to the park with my stepdad, I was a lot smaller than everybody, so you got to figure out touch around the basket and different angles. So I think just over time I developed it.
What did you think about just the impact Herb was able to make on defense tonight?
I mean, that's what Herb do. And, I mean, he's steadily improving. Somehow he's improving on defense. I didn't think it was possible, but he's doing that, and he's improving on offense as well.
What do you think about just the job you and B.I. have been able to do with more of the offense running directly through y'all, just finding ways to get good shots for yourself and everybody else?
I think JB for that one. He definitely been putting in some sets for us, Coach JB. And then at the same time, it's me and B.I. chemistry at the same time. And especially in the fourth quarter, we kind of give each other that look like, all right, it's on us now. Like, let's make something shake and let's get the best shots.
Jordan Hawkins started the game off 3 for 3 from 3. You kind of spoke it up. You kind of talk about Jordan Hawkins now. Like, this is the guy you kind of saw it coming, right?
Of course. I mean, that brother can shoot. Like, he got a pure shot. So for me to see that, I mean, it was expected. I just want the world to see it as well.
You've talked about how it might take a few games for you to find your rhythm and kind of maybe shake off some rust. It was a stretch in the third quarter. You had 3 straight buckets, and one of them you got try to hype the crowd up afterwards. How you feeling in terms of getting back to where you were, or even beyond that?
I think I'll have to do that for a series of games before I know if it's back or not. And honestly, I haven't felt the crowd since late December. So to be able to feel that again, that was just natural.
And kind of going back to Jordan Hawkins, he's been able to play in some units with Matt Ryan, CJ, a lot of shooters. Just what are you seeing from some of those bench units that are shooting heavy in the way they're playing?
I mean, we put emphasis on getting more three-point shots. So when you got 2 shooters like that in the game, Matt Ryan and Jordan Hawkins, I mean, that's tough. That's tough to guard because you have to respect it. So it definitely opens up the court more.
You've dealt with some pretty cramped courts in your time, in New Orleans. Can you feel that there's more room for you to operate out there?
I got to go back, give that credit to Coach James Borrego. He puts us in a lot of movements, and when I catch the ball in certain spots, I definitely do have more space to work with. So I think, the more we work with him and the better chemistry everybody gets with that system of offense, I think it'll definitely create a lot more spacing.
And one thing has said a few times that he wants to make a point of saying that you and B.I., y'all are the best duo in the NBA. Just what do you kind of think about just when he tells y'all that and the kind of emphasis he's been putting on that?
Can't let him down. I mean, for your coach to not only tell us that, but, tell the world that, I mean, that's confidence. That, as a player, that makes you feel good, like your coach is, rocking with you. So I think me and B.I., the best way to show that is to go out there day in and day out and just put in work.
You want to tell us about the Gatorade bottle?
Yeah, you like it? It's all right. Gatorade, man, Gatorade always shows a lot of love. And, with this bottle, they were able to put up my old school touch on it while we're going with the purple and black. Got a lot of hidden details that I hope that anybody that gets the bottle, they're able to find them.
You mentioned you don't know how it's possible that Herb has improved defensively because he was already at a super high level. Are there specific things that you're seeing from him? Is it just like the anticipation that he's been in the league for 2 years now, that he's seeing things even faster, that kind of thing?
Something I try to tell a lot of dudes when they first get in the league is a scouting report. Some people have certain impacts because they're not on the scouting report. But once you get put on the scouting report and teams lock in on you, they start putting in schemes on, how to get Herb out of the play defensively. And, I mean, the biggest thing I noticed with Herb is his endurance on defense. Since his rookie year, it's improved a lot. He'll fight through screens, and not only fight through them, but he's able to, like, slip through the screens and just, be there. Like, there was one late in the game. I don't know how he made the recovery, but he was able to block a three-point shot. And, that's a big stop in a different game. So plays like that down the line going to mean a lot.
Starting off 2-0, how important is it to get off to a good start, but also at the same time, like, not take the wins for granted?
We're definitely not taking none of these wins for granted. The past few years we've been in good spots at a certain part of the year, and we either didn't make it or we were 8th seed, and the best teams, they're consistent with it. So even on certain games where we may come out slow, just got to find a way to get the win.
And how dangerous do you feel this team can be once you add back guys like Jose, Naji, Trey, guys that have been out for a little bit?
Guys like that, especially with Jose, some of the stuff they do don't show up on the stat sheet. Like the way the crowd reacts to him, the energy he brings by picking up his defender, his person full court, and not only picking him up, but like playing a mental game with himself by making it personal. And stuff like that don't show up on the stat sheet, but it's big for the impact of the game.
And you mentioned earlier the chemistry with you and BI. Are there certain things that y'all are trying to do to improve that, whether it be at practice or during games?
Yeah, just all over, on the court, off the court, and just communicating. And we both got the same thing in mind. We want to win, because I think winning cures everything, and I think he thinks the same. So we just want to win.
Tonight you held the Knicks to 87 points. Brunson and Randall combined for 24. When y'all play defense like that, what's the potential for this team?
It's a lot of potential when we're able to play defense like that. But, they played last night. So, fatigue could have definitely played a part in that as well, because those are two great players. But if we want to be great, we got to be consistent with it.
Zion, first home game for this season, in an Instagram post you said that New Orleans impacts you in a way that it is your home. Can you talk about those ways that New Orleans has impacted?
Yeah. I spent 4 years in Spartanburg, South Carolina. I spent 1 year in Durham, North Carolina, and I felt like Durham adopted me while I was there. And it's still home when I go back. And I've been in New Orleans this year 5. So, yeah, this is home for me. I've learned the city, learned different things about it. And so when I say that, I'm not just saying that for no media. I don't have to do that. I'm saying that because I mean that. This is the crib. Like, I stay here during the summer. Like, when certain people go to certain cities, I stay here during the summer because this is home.
And John, you talked about that here in the crowd. What was it like, just pre-game introduction when you first came out? You heard it for the first time.
Stuff like that. Can't pay for stuff like that. That's just a raw and primitive feeling. Like, knowing you about to go to battle, hearing your number called, your name called, and in my mind, once I hear my name and number called, it's time to get to it.
Yeah, in that vein, in terms of being really aggressive and decisive in critical points in games, it doesn't seem so easy for all players to do that when they haven't played for a long time. It seems very easy for you. Can you explain is that natural, or is that something that you just came into the season with that mindset, or?
This is basketball. I played basketball since I was 4 years old, and nobody can take that away from me. Yeah, it's a little natural, but it's also when I'm working out, I work on stuff like that. I don't just show up to the game and just do stuff, and it's like, oh, I didn't know I could do that. No, I work on all that stuff. So when the time comes, I put the work in, and I trust my work.
You talked about Herb's impact on defense. When the Knicks had that run and struck your lead down to 6, how is it easier to reset your defensive mindset when you have a presence like that on the end to reclamp them?
No, man. I'm sorry. Repeat the question.
I'm sure it's for you.
Nah, you good. You can ask over there.
When the Knicks went on that run, y'all won 19, then it turned to a 6-point lead, but having Herb on the defensive end, how does that help to reset the defense and reestablish your dominance over them?
I mean, those moments are big in games. Like, we're up 19. This is the NBA. It's a lot of good players, professional basketball players, so they can cut a 19-point lead in 2 to 3 minutes, and you'll be like, wow, like, this is a close game. Herb bringing the emphasis and that energy on defense, and not just on the court, in the huddle. If Herb's in the huddle saying, we need 3 consecutive stops. Let's get 3 stops to get our momentum back. I mean, them small nuances, and they're really big in the game.
Thank you.
Oh, okay, man. All right.